everyone. So I was totally not planning on making any videos today, but it was just on my heart to talk about this topic of not having friends, or maybe you just have one friend, or you probably don't have very much family. For me, and I know for some of you, it's both. I wanted to talk about why I ended up for a very long time, and I mean years, not having any close friendships. How that process was for me, because I know that some of you all need someone to relate to. And what beauty I found in it, because let me tell you, sometimes it is a good thing to not have so many people around you so that you can focus on yourself. It's what I call that time of solitude. So either you don't have any friends, anyone close to you, or you do, but you're spending more time by yourself. And I also wanted to talk about, it's okay. It's okay to celebrate yourself or by yourself, okay? Please do not wait until your life is full, as in, you have a best friend or close family members or a spouse or children to celebrate you. You're feeling the loneliness and it's sad. And yes, sometimes it can be a bit bittersweet, but I promise you, if you just embrace that season of not having very many people in your life, because it's there for a reason, you can find some beauty, including some growth in that season, and then it'll ready you for your new seasons of life and the new people that are going to be entering in your life. So without further ado, let's just get into it. My name is Charrese. Welcome to my channel, Gracefully Charrese. Yes, I'm really excited. Excuse how tired I look. So I want to start by saying this. I would rather have one good friend in my life or zero friends in my life than to have a toxic friend or to be surrounded by toxic people or toxic company. So please keep that perspective, because it's the healthiest perspective that you can have, because sometimes people settle for these toxic connections, whether it be friends or family, because you don't want to be alone. This could actually do harm in your life instead of good. So you'll have the company, but you'll still have to deal with that toxicity. So I can't tell you what to do, but I would strongly encourage you to free yourself from those toxic connections, even if these people are your relatives. I always encourage that. You love people always, forgive them, but sometimes it's best to love people from a distance. So I just wanted to start by saying that first. I'm not going to talk about this in a sad way, because it's actually been a blessing, no matter how it's felt in certain moments of my life. So I'm going to talk about why I had absolutely no friends for many years. So firstly, we deal with these seasons where we meet new people, we have these different friend groups, and things like that happen, like in elementary, junior high, high school, even college. So let's just fast forward, because we know that this happens. By the time I was 23, and I remember that age so specifically, I had realized that my friendships were gone. Like, sometimes you just go your own separate ways. There's no beef, nothing like that. Sometimes you outgrow your friends, sometimes they outgrow you. All of that was happening in my life. But there was a very specific group of friends that I was, and I say this humbly, but we have to be honest if we're going to help each other out, I was outgrowing them. And sometimes in life, you will be pulled from amongst your friend groups if, one, they're toxic, and two, you've outgrown them. It happens. I remember something very specific. I had someone in my life who we were best friends at one point, but there was some toxicity in that friendship, and I just was not happy there. I had separated myself already, but we were still trying to reconnect in a way. And I want to take a moment right now to say this. Sometimes we hold on to people because of our history. And I would strongly suggest that you never hold on to anyone just because you have a history with them. A history does not mean healthy, okay? I'm going to say that again. History does not mean healthy. So we just kind of tried, it was like going through the motions, just trying to make the friendship work out. However, I noticed that she was very controlling, which is why the friendship didn't work out, because I didn't let her control me. And I noticed how she was treating her other friends. Again, let me take a moment to say this. Pay close attention to how someone treats other people, because it's a good indicator of how they might one day go on to treat you. And she tried me. She tried me at the beginning, cut that off. In hindsight, especially, I see that she was still trying to do it subtly, like behind my back. Needless to say, but I'm gonna say it anyways, she was narcissistic. For those of you that don't know, I do come from a narcissistic family system, and I'll make another video about this. But when you have had a narcissistic family or relationship, you are literally trained and groomed to be prey for other narcissists. And this continues to happen until you open your eyes and you really educate yourself about narcissism, and you unlearn that training and grooming, and you know how they positioned you to be. So anyways, she was narcissistic, and she was very gossipy, which a lot of narcissists are. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but it's normal amongst teens, and you know, especially teens, early 20s, you know, to be gossipy and chatty patties. But I noticed when I was like 23, something about it didn't feel right. I just started to change. I am not saying I'm better than anybody. I didn't even want to dress the same. I used to dress pretty revealing, and I was starting to do that less and less. And the gossiping, she was telling me things about her best friends, her current best friends, that I should have never known. They might as well have been my best friends. That's, you know, the stuff that she was telling me was very private, and honestly, I would feel would be pretty humiliating for them if they knew that she was telling me. And of course, when I was younger, I'd be like, ooh, tell me more, you know. But as you get older and you realize how wrong it is, you know, you have to put yourself in those people's shoes. I wouldn't want her telling my business, and that let me know that she was. So one day I told her, you know, I don't want to hear your friend's business anymore. Of course, like the narcissist she was, she told me I was overreacting and I was being dramatic. And she got mad at me because I would not let her tell me somebody else's business. More than one of her friends, or there were a couple of her best friends. So that was just one of the indicators that I was outgrowing my old friendships. I didn't want to participate in the gossip anymore. I didn't want to go out, you know, I never drank a day in my life, but I still like being at parties. I didn't want to party anymore. I wanted to grow. I remember feeling that I wanted to grow. Another thing that I want to mention here is sometimes the things that happen earlier on in life that you don't address can affect your social life as well. So in short, I did have a really close friend who made some of our other friends in one of our friend groups uncomfortable. They were kind of scared of her as well. And she didn't try me, which again, it's still not good, but she would try to do things to change them. And it got to a point to where they did like me, but because we were so close, they couldn't invite me because they knew that I was gonna bring her. And in my mind at the time, I thought to myself, this is my good friend, you know. But you still have to pay attention. You have to be real, okay? You have to pay attention to how your close friends and family members are treating other people. And you have to make wise decisions about who you want to surround yourself with. Because if you are surrounding yourself with someone or other people who make other people feel bad, who make other people feel like they're not good enough, who bully other people, if you're surrounding yourself with people like that, you kind of have to self-evaluate and ask yourself, why are you allowing yourself to surround yourself with people like that? Why are you accepting this type of an attitude in your life? You have to evaluate your life, your personal space, and don't settle for a friendship just because someone is nice to you if they're not nice to others. It was never addressed, so I noticed over the years, especially when I look back in hindsight, that group of friends, some of them kept in touch, even up until now. And I felt like we could have been friends, but I made my choice. If I knew back then what I knew now, I would have had a really good talk with my good friend, and if she would not have made the positive changes, then I would have had to make the decision to choose the rest of the girls over her. And I don't say that to be like mean or anything, but it's the truth, okay? Again, if somebody in your life is mistreating other people, then you have to make a wise decision and understand that having people like that in your life is not healthy for the other people in your life, and it's also not healthy for you, okay? So yeah, and yes, eventually me and that good friend, like, I have nothing against her, she has nothing against me, we love each other from a distance, but we're no longer close. You see how that happens? You know, if you have somebody in your life who's scaring other people, who's making other people feel bad, you can end up alone. You live and you learn, and I still do believe that everything happens for a reason. And I believe that one of the reasons is so that I can sit here right now and talk to you guys. So I'm editing and I noticed that I forgot to throw in this realness right here. Another reason why it's been difficult for me to make friends over the years, and this is not just me, this is just with women in general. A lot of women have this situation where women tend to see each other as competition rather than just as friends. And this is something that I've been experiencing, not just women, but girls. You know, I've been experiencing this since childhood with friends and people in my own family tree. So sometimes friendships and family connections might start off good, or they might appear to start off good, either one, and then eventually it starts to become this competition, typically over attention, whether it be the attention of a male or about, you know, talents and gifts, or just attention from other people. You know, it's just typically over attention. So sometimes there's just been some really mean-spirited, evil things that have been done to me. So I don't say that as, you know, being the victim. This is just my truth, and it's the truth of so many other women and girls. So I had to mention this here. We need to do better, girls, women, ladies, and this happens with men and boys too. We just need to do better. Instead of seeing somebody as your competition, see them as your inspiration. And something that I love to say is this: instead of wasting your precious time hating on another person, choose to wisely spend your precious time growing and elevating in life. Perhaps put your pride aside or any negative feelings that you're feeling regarding or for that person, and humbly ask, hey, I like your attire, where do you shop? Or I like your journey in life. What did you do? Like, did you go to school? Did you get any training? Or I like your hair, where do you get your hair done? Like, do things like that. So instead of hating on people, you know, just see them as inspiration and talk to them. So at this point in my life, while I am open to friendships, I am very cautious because of certain things that I have experienced that have even been traumatic. I'm just not someone who sees somebody else's beauty or their accomplishments and hates them for it. Like, I will tell another woman in a moment, like, you're beautiful, I love your hair, you have a nice figure, you know, you're very smart, whatever it is, like, you're very talented. I just want a friendship like that, and it's so hard to come by these days. And I'm 39 and I still love to goof off. I'm just very youthful at heart, and I'm just like my grandparents, my paternal grandparents. They, no matter what age they were, they still like to go out and dance and have fun, and that's what I want. I just want friends to goof off with, and at least one good friend. We're rooting each other on, we're complimenting each other, you know, our accomplishments, or your outfit is nice, or, you know, just, you know, special moments in life. Congratulations on this and congratulations on that. And it's not a competition. We're just women supporting each other. And again, ladies, let's do better. Now, back to editing. Let's get into how this affected me. So, what did I do when I looked around and I didn't have friends? And by the way, some of my close friends were some of my relatives, my family. So, and again, I've had a very toxic family. So I just ended up spending a lot of time by myself. And at the beginning, it was just quiet. I felt this sense of relief because some of the people in my life were actually really, really stressing me out to the point where my heart rate was over 100 all the time. And when I realized it was time for me to separate myself from them, it regulated really quickly, okay? So it was peaceful at first, but it kicks in. As some of you know, it does kick in, okay? So the next phase was I felt lonely. I never get bored because my mind is always going. I'm a creative person. I sing, I write, I draw. So I never get bored. Please excuse the noise, the neighbors. I never get bored, but I got lonely. I found myself on social media looking at other people's pictures and videos from their like times together with their friends and family, especially friends, because I missed having best friendships. We were so goofy, okay? When it was good, and I will never ever take away from any of that. When the friendships were good, they were good. And we were silly and goofy. I know you guys are used to seeing me more serious, but no, we would like roll in from one room into the living room, be like, freeze, scumbag. Like, we were just silly, okay? We would just dance everywhere. Like, I never drank a day in my life, but I was hyped. Charrese was hyped, and I still can be, okay? But I missed having friends, so I would look at other people's pictures and videos in admiration, never in jealousy, never in envy. I just love seeing memories and moments, but at the same time, it was starting to make me sad. And I would also look at vlogs, with friendships, and I found myself, a couple times, not too many times, a couple times in tears. Like, just, I cried a little bit because I felt lonely. And I thought to myself, I want to have friends. I want to get out. I want to have fun. But then the next phase came in. So here's what happened next. I found myself, and I do give God the glory for this, because I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a star in Hollywood, darling. I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be that person on the stage that was singing and that was dancing. And yes, I know how to dance. Jamaicans taught me how to dance, so I can move these hips, okay? But I wanted to be a star, a stara. And I didn't know that I was going down the wrong path. So I found myself, seeing these videos and in these blogs, and again, I give God the glory for this. And I was realizing I was taking the wrong path in life. Now, it's not that I cannot sing, it's not that I cannot act, but I didn't know that the road that I was traveling towards Hollywood, and that's a whole other topic, because I have been approached from some sinister situations. And of course, I choose God, I choose my soul, I choose my future family, I choose my life myself, okay? That's a different topic. But I will say this. I thank God that I didn't have friends, because I would have been too distracted, like I was for so many years, to realize that I was actually headed down a path to danger and possibly to my death, okay? So in that time, I call it a time of solitude, I was able to reflect on my life, look at the mistakes that I made. I was able to heal from some things. Now, during that time, I did deal with some severe depression, not because of a lack of friends, but because of other things that were happening. I was absolutely provided for, but I wasn't totally raised. So I had to learn a lot of things in life the hard way. And this is why this time of solitude was really important. I had to deal with depression. I had to deal with self in areas where I was stagnant because I was so distracted by toxic friendships. I was so distracted by toxic romantic relationships. I was hurting. I needed to be to myself. And I know that there's a lot of you out there who need that same thing. You need to be to yourself, okay? But I was not totally alone. Here's the thing. I was surrounded by people who were older than me, a generation and 2 generations older than me, that I can just learn from and just be a sponge and just soak up all the wisdom and knowledge and even the love that I could. They were not my good friends, but they were sent into my life. Thank you, God. Honestly, they were sent into my life to help me to move on to the next stages in life, to elevate in life, to help me to grow and to blossom into the woman that I am today and that I'm still becoming, okay? So sometimes you won't have very many friends. You won't have any friends. But pay attention, because there are still people in your life that are, I'm going to say, destiny helpers, okay? They're there. Some of them are right in front of your face, but they don't come in the package that you assume that they should come in. They might not be the same age range. They might not be the same race or whatever it is you're looking for, okay? They might not even be the same gender. You know, this person, you ladies, might be a male. You gentlemen, it might be a female, you know. But you're not always as alone as you think you are. So pay attention to your life and appreciate the people who are actually trying to speak positively, you know, to you, who are trying to love on you, who are trying to motivate you and uplift you. And receive them. If they are positive people, receive them with grace and thankfulness, because they are there for a reason. And again, you're not as alone as you might assume. Even watching this video, you're not as alone as you thought you were. So yeah, I had these people in my life and I was very thankful. So here was the next phase. Okay, so here's the next phase. Once I realized that, okay, you don't have any friends, you don't have much family, but you are now learning more about yourself. You are now, your pathways being straightened, because now you realize you were going down the wrong path. And I just want to touch on that really quick. It's not that I couldn't do those things. It's just, I now realize that what I do with my talents and my gifts, I want to do purposefully. I want to use them for purpose. I want to use them to love on other people. I want to use them in the most positive ways possible. I didn't want to be a part of anybody's corruption, because again, and I'm not saying this to condemn anybody else, okay, but me personally, I was dressing, revealing in a way that was causing other people to stumble, including children who were looking up to me, and they were feeling like, I want to dress like you and I want to be like you. And I found myself being hypocritical, because it's like, no, you don't, but yet I'm dressed that way. And the message that I was giving out, even though I didn't feel this way, but the message I was giving out in those days was to value your body and your sex appeal over your mind, over your heart, over your spirit, and over your soul, over your personality, over your gifts, over your talents. And I was not encouraging these little girls, okay, because I would always catch them looking at me, staring at me. And even in reflections, let me say this, I would look through a reflection and I would see a little girl looking at me. If that reflection had not been there, okay, I would have never known. So this was telling me, whether you know it or not, and even whether you like it or not, there's always somebody looking up to you. And I wanted to, because God was growing me, okay, and I was just growing within, I wanted to be more of a positive influence on little girls, on other people, and I did not want to cause anybody to stumble lustfully or in any negative way, or sinful way. I had to say that. So I was now at that place. I was more content. I was accepting that my life was more empty, but I knew that it was a blessing. It was a good thing, because had I still had those friendships, then I would have been stagnant. I would not have grown. I would not have known that I was going down the wrong path, and I would have been wasting more time in my life and wasting more of my life, going toward a dead-end road. So again, it's a good thing to have some alone time, to have that time of solitude. But here's the thing, I also want to say this. If you do have friends, if you do have family, even if it's just one person, as long as they're positive, then there's nothing wrong with having them in your life. It is a beautiful thing to have somebody in your life who loves you and who supports you and who is just there for you. I'm not saying that everyone has to have that journey of time of solitude, but even when you do have awesome people in your life, please never forget to spend some time by yourself. Spend some time reflecting, spend some time getting to know yourself, spend some time trying to filter yourself, filter your life, looking at your surroundings, looking within and seeing what needs to be changed and what should stay and what needs to be grown, okay? What needs to be flourished. I just have to say that, okay? So I moved forward with my life. Lonely still? Yes, at times. But let's move on to the next part, because I want to share with you all how I started to celebrate by myself and how that is absolutely totally okay. Yeah. I'm happy, you guys. I'm getting a package in Amazon tomorrow. Some workout gear. Had to change my battery. So many airplanes today. I'm just parched, you guys. Whew, my throat is dry. So you guys see I can entertain myself really easily, right? So where am I when it comes to friends, family, and how do I celebrate if I spend a lot of time by myself? So for one, I am a Christian, so I have to say this. I have left my life in God's hands. So my life is slowly being filled, and I am open to positive, non-toxic friendships. I pray about everyone who enters my life or re-enters my life. I'm very, very protective, not only of myself, but of the other people who are in my life or the other people who are going to be in my life, like my future husband and my children. I'm very future-minded, and I'm healed from that depression, by the way. I've been healed for many years, thank God. So I'm in a place to where I can be like in healthy friendships, and I am reconnecting with just connecting with and reconnecting with just like a handful of people. So we'll see where that goes. And by the way, hey Amber, because yes, she is my cousin, but she's also my friend, and we have become much closer. So there was a time of separation, but it was nothing like evil or anything like that. I just needed my time to deal with some personal situations, and she respected that, and we love each other. In fact, the funny thing is, I've been mistaken for her. She's been mistaken for me. Our grandparents are siblings, so I get it. But I love you, Amber. You have been there for me through some rough times, and I sincerely appreciate you, and I'm thankful for you, and may God bless you so very much, you and yours, so very much in every single area of life, because you are truly a beautiful person. She's stunningly beautiful on the outside, okay, but also stunningly beautiful and so sweet on the inside as well. You deserve every good and happy gift from above that comes your way, every blessing. You truly do. You think so much of other people that God's gonna bless you because you don't expect it. Like, you don't expect anything in return. You're just kind from the kindness of your heart. Don't try her. She's not a pushover, but I just wanted to give her her flower. I just wanted to give you your flowers. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love you, Amber. I'm at a better place in my life. I'm a mariposa, I'm a butterfly. I'm free now. I've been separated from the narcissistic relationships. That's another reason why I can have healthy relationships. There's certain things that you can't even receive in life until you separate yourself from toxic people, and you also work on yourself within, okay? And that's what's happened for me. So that's where I am. In the meantime, how do I celebrate? I've already been used to celebrating myself, whether it's, I released something for the first time as an author. Let me buy myself this cute dress with some of my earnings, and let me go out to dinner. Let me do this for myself. I realized that even with the people in my lives, they either live in different states or they just have different things going on. And whenever we are able to come together, then we will finally, for some of us. I believe in making time, but also understanding and not being selfish and knowing that other people have other things going on as well. And I do believe that that's why communication is important. So if ever I have to spend time by myself on holidays, which I have had to do over the last, I want to say like 3 holiday seasons, or my birthday, same thing, about the last 3 birthdays or so. If I have to do that, then you know what? I will get myself together. I will do a very basic makeup look, like now, eyebrows, concealer, lip gloss, or I will do what I consider the works, and I'll add some eyeliner and some eyeshadow, some really pretty eyeshadow, and some lashes. Of course, I always put my jewelry on. I will literally wear a dress. I will make myself a 3 to 4 course meal, and I will sit at that kitchen table and I will enjoy myself a celebration of one. But here's the thing. God is always with us. So I like to say, you know what, I'm enjoying my birthday or this holiday season with God. Or I will go out and I will go to a restaurant if I'm able to, and I will sit there and I will enjoy dinner by myself, or, me and God. And I feel like sometimes we can be ashamed to go out to a restaurant and sit there alone, and sometimes it can be sad for us, or we think it's going to be sad because we look around and there are people with their families and their spouses and their friends. But let me tell you, push yourself a little bit. Try it. Just try it, because you never know until you try. And honestly, it's typically, everyone's different, but for me, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And in fact, it wasn't bad at all. It was enjoyable. Sometimes you might not want to get out there and do it, but once you get yourself ready, push yourself, get through that part, get up, push yourself to get ready. And once you get ready, go out there, go to the park, go to a restaurant, go to the movies. And once you get there, I can almost guarantee you, you will not regret that you made that move. And in fact, you will say to yourself, or you might say to yourself, I'm glad I didn't stay home. Do not wait until your life is full. Do not wait until you have friends or a best friend or family or a spouse or children to celebrate yourself or enjoy yourself. Don't let life pass you by and without you celebrating you, at least your existence, your birthday, okay? Get yourself some flowers, get yourself some chocolate, buy yourself a gift if you can. Celebrate you, get dressed up, and you never know. Here's the thing, you never know who you might meet while you're out. You know, some people have done this and have met their future wives and husbands. They have met their future friends, you know, or even they have networked unexpectedly and, you know, have encountered a business opportunity. Just don't stay at home. I used to do that. I used to sulk and stay at home. Don't do that. Don't waste life. And if you have, you know, I'm just being blunt here. Every day is a new day. It's a new start and a new opportunity to change your patterns. Get out and enjoy yourself. Go take a walk. I've begun to rollerblade now. I used to love rollerblading all the time, and though I can't rollerblade for long lengths of time because I'll start to swell, it's been so refreshing. I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it. Enjoy yourself. If you have to get out and do a sport, biking, rollerblading, swimming, do it. Because you don't want your life to pass you by, and you look back and you think to yourself, all these years have passed me by and I didn't enjoy. And again, if this has happened to you, because that has happened to me, it's okay. It's a new start. And I say it's okay in the light of, we can start over now, okay? We can start today, and we can do things that make us happy, that make us grow. I'm going to encourage you right now, okay? Please understand that your existence has purpose. So even if you have to celebrate your existence, your birthday, by yourself, please do it. Please do it, okay? This life needed you, okay? I say that humbly, but celebrate you. Be happy that you're here, you know? Be grateful that you're here. And even if you're not having the happiest time in life, be happy about the fact that you were given a new day. Each day that we're given a brand new opportunity to start over. It's a new start, a new beginning, and to flourish in life, okay? Even if you have to celebrate your victories, your wins by yourself, do it. Because it's better to celebrate at all than to look back in life and say, man, I didn't celebrate. I didn't even go out to dinner. I didn't go out to eat. I didn't treat myself. You don't have to wait for other people to celebrate you. You celebrate you, okay? You deserve to celebrate. Doesn't matter who's there or who's not there. Celebrate you. Celebrate your victory. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate that new job. Celebrate, you know, the fact that you were just proposed to. Celebrate that you're pregnant. It just, whatever it is, okay? Celebrate it. Celebrate you. I want to add this last thing. This time that you have by yourself, or mostly by yourself, is the perfect opportunity to not only grow, but even to reinvent yourself. And what I mean by that is, sometimes in life, you will know when it's your season to elevate, okay? And I'll probably make another video about this, but you know how people say you're a product of your environment? Not so. What I like to say is, you are a product of your environment if you choose to be. A lot of people, and I say this humbly, but they have been complimenting me and how feminine I am, and I've been saying that you're really feminine, and you know, so on and so forth. My environment was not that. And in fact, I wasn't always totally like this. I had a feminine side, but I was raised around women who were more aggressive. They were not always very nice. I chose to be different, and I chose to grow. I chose to really welcome God into my life, like fully, and allow Him to flourish me and grow me into being the woman that I am today. And that's what I mean by reinvent yourself. Start over. If you're not happy with who you are, and you know, and I mean like if you know that you have some growing to do, take this time right now to do it. Grow, flourish, become a better person. Go after your goals and your dreams if you have not. Discover some new talents and gifts and goals and dreams. It's never too late. I don't care if you're 77. I've seen people graduate from college around that age and older. And you don't know what those new callings are, those new talents, or those talents that have been just buried inside of you. You don't know what they're going to be unless you get out there and you try some new things. Try a new sport, try painting, try drawing. But just don't sit idly at home. An idle mind is so dangerous, you know. That's how some people sink into depression or deeper depression. That's when negative thoughts can grow and fester and just overtake your life. Do something that makes you smile. Any pure thing that you can find that makes you smile. You know, reinvent your style. Go back to school if you'd like to, or take a class. You know, start a new career path, a new journey. But this is the time. So I just wanted to leave that with you. You can do it. Like for me, I've been dressing up so much more. Even if I have the plain Jane face, I've been wearing my dresses, wearing my jewelry, because I was raised to believe that you should save your fancy stuff for special occasions. Why? My clothing was literally collecting dust. My jewelry was literally, because I'm cheap, turning green. I mean, why? You know, they like to say the world is your runway. You know, I wanted to start getting dressed up. I wanted to be more fashionable on a more regular basis, you know. And this has become a part of who I am. I still have my plain Jane days, which I do enjoy, but I love dressing up. It's so fun. It's so fun. So yeah, take this time to reinvent yourself and grow, heal, discover some newness within you, and elevate in life. Elevate. Happily and freely. Be a mariposa. Okay, you all, so I am hungry. I'm gonna eat because I'm hungry and it is after 4. This is a super late lunch, but I needed to make this video. It was so important, and I look forward to making the next video. I still have some fashion videos coming. I have some more updates with the red light therapy. I want to get back to vlogging, and I will. Just stay tuned. This is a variety channel for those of you who are seeing me for the first time. And yeah, I'm tired, but I'm excited. But anyways, until next time, do all things in love and gracefully. Bye. Goodbye, darling.